Welcome to Stretford Paddock. We're here for the review of Man United 3, Colchester 0. As we just reveal, we'll talk about the game afterwards. United have drawn Manchester City in the semi-final of the Carling Cup, whatever it's called, Milk Cup. I'm not surprised, but
no,
we knew this was going to happen, didn't we?
Bring them on.
Bring him on.
Bring them on. Yeah.
Again, you got to beat the best to win.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
As I've said, as I keep telling everyone here, we know the makeup of the squad.
Yeah.
We're better with space, not so good without it, and we play in a side that will probably have more possession than we do. I think we can do a job on him. I think that Martial, James, Rashford, Greenwood will cause them problems.
I think as well, you've seen the team that we put out tonight.
Yeah.
Quite a strong team. I think City are more likely to rest 9 players for his.
Do you think,
Do you think?
Their sort of title challenge has essentially died, hasn't it?
I think they in the past they've kind of put a second string team out, which to be honest, for most teams is a pretty good first string team, but they've definitely. I think there's more chance of that because if we played Leicester in the next round, for example, I think they're thinking we've not won a trophy since we won the Premier League. That's probably our only trophy. It's the only trophy since we won the FA Cup, I think, in the 90s. We need to go full out with this.
Yeah.
Whereas City are still, I reckon, going to go. They've got Champions League, got big games against
Champions
Madrid.
League, I suppose.
This is going to be a game where they're going to rest players. We're going to have to. We'll rest players as well. I don't think it'll be full strength going out there, but I think that there's more chance, especially with their lacking depth at the back at the minute. The back four they put out tonight. I don't know whether you seen it. I didn't even know any of them players. No. Hardly any of the players that play for their back four. To be honest, I'd never say their back four tonight wouldn't have got. And none of them players would get into United's team at the minute. If they put something similar out.
Well, it depends on it because they don't want to get beaten comfortably by United, regardless of whether they're taking the tournament seriously or not. But you've got to hope, the way we fielded, the team we fielded tonight, that is a team that's sort of pretty suited to playing against a team like Man City with Greenwood, Martial, Rashford on the break.
Loads of pace.
Even if we play something similar, and as I mentioned in the team news, even though it looked like a slightly old, experienced team, the eight of those players wouldn't make it in the first. Don't play week in week out.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not like we played the first team. We just played an experienced team, which is kind of nice to be able to have that. People like Mata, Matic, Andreas, Twanzebe, who aren't necessarily playing every week, but are excellent players to bring on for this kind of game. So I think if we start a similar team to that,
and I think that shows as well that for as much as we say we're lacking depth this season, which we definitely do, we've still got some good players sat there. Now the other thing is now past January, how many of them players that you've mentioned? There's rumours that Matic might go and things like that. So will we have lost them players before this round comes around? The next round comes about.
Well. Go on.
No. What do you reckon to that?
No, I'm saying if I'm looking at whether City will rest players or not, I don't think that's ever a major issue when it comes to the likes of City. The squad depth is crazy.
Yeah, we were talking before, weren't we? The front six.
So exactly as you said before, Alex, if you're looking at the front six that they have, rotating them isn't going to make them much weaker.
No.
So it's going to be a difficult and hard game regardless. Yeah. But I think we proved that we can do it.
My point of it tonight was that imagine if they put this back five against us.
Go on.
Claudio Bravo, Cancelo, Eric Garcia, Harwood. Get that right. I can't see his full name.
There's no way. There's no way in my mind that there's no way
they'll play that team.
There's no way they're playing that.
They've got Zinchenko, Rodri, and Phil Foden in midfield. And the front three's Mahrez, Sterling, Silva. It's not bad.
No, I don't.
You don't see that back four?
I know you don't as well.
I don't as well. But the problem is that at the minute they've still not got Laporte back, and it doesn't sound like he's going to be back anytime soon.
No.
So they need to rest. John Stones is still out. They want to still probably cycle out Otamendi. Fernandinho's one of their players that they need playing and needs to be fit, who had a bit of a wobble at the end of last season in terms of fitness. They need to be careful about him because if they lose him, they're in serious trouble, City. So they might be, again, I'm
put in a position where they don't have any choice.
It's not that full-back four, but there's a good chance that one of them centre-halves might play.
Yeah. But
for us, I'd be eyes light up if we play that front three we did tonight, even if Dan James comes in there instead of any of them three.
Yeah.
I fancy us against any of their back four, to be honest, at the minute.
But as Mark F has said,
yeah.
where is how we beat a deep line team medal?
Yeah,
which is what we kind of.
That's what we struggle
about.
against. We can never.
So, let's talk about today.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Colchester game. Of course, it's the one that's just happened.
Yeah.
It was, let's just say, a frustrating first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had 11 men behind the ball. I think at one stage Harry Maguire was our deepest player.
I think I counted 14 men behind the ball at one point. They
14
brought
men.
three. They brought all the subs in.
They
They brought them
fans
on.
as well.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, the
They had
amount
a
of players
mascot
there.
in there.
Mascot was on.
So
Yeah.
Maguire for us was 30 yards away. Probably could have had a shot. Was
Yeah.
our deepest player apart from Romero.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And
Yeah.
it's almost like we've gone that high. You're almost thinking, don't give the ball away because we could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Which I think essentially led to our goal.
Yeah.
I think we got that high up. I think one pass slipped, someone went, and they finally got forward. They left two or three players out of position. They didn't have 11 men behind the ball.
It was almost like, do you know when you see like I don't know if you watch boxing or MMA or anything like that. Sometimes you'll see two fighters fighting who maybe someone stepped in on late notice, and there's a big, gulfing quality between the two fighters, and yet somehow this lesser fighter's doing quite well, and then all of a sudden
sticking in
they
there.
make one. They
land half a shot.
They're defensive. They go for one shot. You're dead. The Colchester went for that one counter attack, and that was all we needed. We can't break you down when you sit back. We're going to struggle, but if you try and attack us once, we'll
I know what you're
Which is
saying.
fine, because for as much as we said they were going to sit there and try and get the draw, they're going to have to at some point try and move forward. You can't. You can try and get to penalties, but that's.
Well, as you're saying on your analogy though with the boxing, it is true, kind of a thing where obviously the underdogs following a game plan.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not getting taken out early, and then they gain a bit of confidence when it's kind of going their way, and then they think, "Oh, let me try a lucky shot," and then gets caught, and then gets caught.
And we also said before the game, we said this was a bit of a lose-lose for United, where we've won 3-0, and we're still going, and we were a bit of a poor first
you
half.
don't get much credit for beating Colchester 3-0, do you?
And to be fair, like the good things about that, you saw Matic, who hasn't been the best, bit of quality for that.
Yeah,
first
lovely
goal.
pass.
Great ball
over
the top. Rashford gets another goal, which he missed a couple of chances today.
Yeah, he didn't have his best game today.
He didn't have his best game at the weekend, but again, back on the score sheet, bit of quality.
And he sort of
Sat
got
two players down.
a goal and a half as well, didn't he?
Goal and a half.
The second goal
was there for the tap in.
Yeah,
and did he get the assist for the last goal?
Yeah, he did get the assist. But what I'm saying is, on how much stock can you put in a Colchester game? Obviously, we're through to the semi-final,
and this is where we have to look at the positives of this. We're through to semi-final, and you can only beat what's in front of you. Yes, we've only won 3-0, but what's this? We can complain unless we win 12-0. Is this where we're getting to? Where we're gonna unless we win like a ridiculous score?
Yeah,
we're gonna complain. We have to just say, do what we need to do. We won the game.
Yeah,
through to semi-final, scored 3 goals.
Yeah, and the front three contributed heavily in all of the goals. Yeah. So Martial got the 3rd goal. Yeah. Greenwood with what might not go down as an assist, but the
fantasy
was knocked in by the defender, and obviously Rashford with the goal and the assist as well. So I think what you got to take from it is, we did break them down. It took a while. It took too long, but we knew we were going to struggle with that deep defense. You look at the stats here: complete and utter domination. Any way you want to look at it,
which is what we were expecting.
What we're expecting. And you can't be too disappointed. Like I said, the first half was slow, but we got 3 goals in the second half. We were the better team throughout. It's a good win.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think we look forward. But as we wanted to see a few of the youngsters go on. We saw Garner, we saw Williams come on.
Yeah,
and we even saw the oldest youngster, Lingard, come on.
Jesse Lingard.
To get a little bit of to get a bit of time, and 3-0 win with through. But it does show it's kind of a tester game, and a bit of seeing where we're at when we're the dominant team.
Yeah.
As we've said before, we're a bit better, obviously better with space, but we did get a couple of goals when they were in a bit of a block. So positives to go by.
Matter's little ball over the top for the 3rd goal.
It shows what we're missing, doesn't it?
It
Matter,
does.
but with legs. We'd be
Matter from when he first went to Chelsea.
Bruno Fernandes.
That's it. That's the
he still haunts me. One more thing.
Yes.
Andres Pereira. We did have a bit of a chat about him in the game, because our criticism all season is decision making.
Yeah.
Taking shots from ridiculous places, not showing his quality and things like that. What do you think? I thought he was pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I thought he
even in the first half where we were relatively poor, He played a lot of simple balls, did things, did the right things.
He rotated play nicely.
And I think the balls he did put in, the bits of quality he did show, was very good.
Yeah, he seems to be. I think when he first came in, I say when he first came in, up until recently, his decision making. It seems to come from a place of not fear, but like he rushes things a lot. Yeah. So, I don't know what to do. I'll take a shot, or there's a bit of space. I have to take a shot. Tonight he showed a bit more composure. Like I said, the balls he did put in the box were of a higher quality, higher percentage passes, rather than just looking like someone that
I think we've seen all
nervous.
Through. Like he has that quality. Like some of the passes he did. Which game was it now? The Villa game. The cross he put in for that goal, where it was the Rashford goal that wasn't Rashford's goal in the end, where it kind of bounced
the header off the post.
Yeah, I think.
But that was quality, and he showed that tonight. The one where Rashford missed that sitter in the first half, that ball was like to dink in behind into where they were so far, so deep. Yeah. Probably 13 yards.
No, I think the jury's out. I think the jury's out on Pereira. To be fair, in my opinion, let me say it.
I don't think he's done well.
No, but what is with Pereira is, it's all well and good having the quality, but it's the decision making that gets moving, and what separates good players from great players is decision making. Yeah, making the right decisions at the right time, consistently. Yeah. That's literally the difference, because a lot of players are talented, a lot of players have ability, but it's about how you apply it in the game. He's energetic, he runs about a lot, but as from a Manchester United perspective, with Pereira, he just lacks qualities in certain, consistently. He's good for one.
I mean, I completely agree.
I'm saying.
But tonight, did tonight not show a little bit? I mean, you can only beat what's in front of you, and yes, it's only Colchester. But did he not show tonight a little bit more maturity? Did he not take that extra pass when he needed to? Did he not put the ball at the right time?
Then again, you've got to say we're playing Colchester.
Yeah, exactly.
United.
So hopefully,
I'm saying, League Two opposition.
What we want to see now is if he gets the chance, maybe at the weekend against Watford, or next time he's in the team, because it might, we've got a lot of games coming.
He's going to get minutes for sure.
Got 3 games in 6 days, so he's going to get minutes. He has to do that in them games now against Premier League teams.
All right, what's that? Harris Big. Yeah, I remember how to say your name, mate. All right, hello.
We got some comments.
Shame you out the stream, no?
Daniel Mensah says, this guy looks like Jesus. You don't say. Why is Shaw still first choice left back? I mean, I know he played at the weekend, but playing a midweek game against Colchester doesn't necessarily. I don't think that asserts too much sort of dominance over the position.
You mentioned it. He was a lot higher up, which obviously everyone was tonight. He also made a couple of good challenges, because there was a couple of times where they played the ball forward when we were so high up. He was the last man, and last season that was one of his big criticisms. I remember the game against Huddersfield, was it?
Yeah.
Where the ball came over the top. He's made an absolute dog's dinner of it, and they scored. Tonight, there was a couple of them, which again, we have to say it's Colchester, but he made a couple of really good challenges
and a couple of good overlaps as well.
That ended up looking like nothing. Ended up looking like there was nothing.
Yeah.
But could easily, if someone makes a mistake there, which he was making last season.
But positive, we won.
He was positive.
Like you said, we won.
Positive, we won.
We won, innit?
I don't think Luke Shaw was bad. Brandon Williams looked good again when he came on. Yeah. Created some chances.
Some good chances
again,
for sure.
With him being a right-footed left back, which I've seen loads of people giving Mr. Howson a lot of abuse on about saying that how can he be good. But the one thing is, when you've got a right-footed left back, is you've got someone that can cut inside just as well as you've got a right-footed winger.
Yeah.
And can have a shot or put a cross in a different way. And he had a few decent chances to score, Brandon Williams, when he came.
Yeah, I thought it looked really good. I think, other than the Sheffield United game, I don't think it was his best game. But generally, other than that, I think he's looked pretty consistent and pretty good. And I honestly think that we'll probably see him start against Watford. Unless he's trying to give Shaw extra minutes, but they're almost sort of unnecessary, sort of superfluous minutes today for Shaw. If he is going to play him against Watford, I don't see the reason why we couldn't have seen Brandon tonight if he wants to play Shaw against Watford.
Brandon was one of the players that looked really sharp when he come on as well.
Yeah, he did look really good.
Obviously, that's going to happen. He's been getting opportunity.
Yeah,
Ollie's obviously shown confidence in him.
Yeah.
So he's gonna if he gets more opportunities, and he's going to grow into the role.
And he seems like the sort of lad who naturally has a lot of confidence, maybe a little bit of arrogance as well, which is something you want to see.
Need it.
Especially with a professional footballer, you need a little bit of that. Does Garner remind you of Carrick, the way he blocks off passing lanes? I mean, anyone that blocks off passing lanes reminds me of Carrick. He's the best I've ever seen at that. In terms of just being in the right place at the right time.
I think Garner does. I don't think he's stood out too much in the games he's played.
I don't think he was.
I think it's one of the hardest positions to come into as a 18, 19-year-old. It's one of them. As a goal scorer, you can take 2 touches and score. But as someone that's going to be in that midfield, you're going to have a lot of passes in the games coming up. He's not fully impressed. He's not like amazed me when he's scored. He's done very good jobs as an 18-year-old.
Who?
Jana. He's done.
Yeah, but the thing is with the midfield role, like what you're saying, is there's not. I think it's one of those areas of the pitch, especially as a youngster, where it's much easier to look out of place than in place. So it's one of them. If he comes in and he makes a few mistakes,
you're
gonna notice it.
Yeah, it's almost like
if we're not noticing him making mistakes, then that's a good thing.
That's the same. It was the same with Carrick for a long time. People underestimated how good he is, and obviously now I think the general consensus people kind of get it. But it's like you said, it's one of those positions where what could he do? Where you go, what a game is that? I mean, if he scored, but he's not really in a position to score. No. It's make 70, 80, 90 passes. Don't give the ball away. Recycle possession well, and if you make 2 or 3 interceptions, you've pretty much had an excellent game. So I think him not standing out is almost a kind of a nod to he's probably playing quite well. Right. Are we excited for the City game then? What's your prediction for that? Do you think we'll beat City?
I think over 2 legs.
You've got to say yes, haven't you?
We will. I think we've got the home leg first by the looks of it. I think we've got the home leg.
You know
what?
I don't mind that these days, especially with the counter-attacking style.
I would have preferred the away one first.
Would you? I worry about us sitting and trying to defend a lead at home. I think if we go away, we see what we did against PSG. Sit back away. Counter-attack them. I think we can win both legs.
To the Etihad behind.
I don't want to. Of course, I want to win both legs.
You can't go to the Etihad behind.
But I think away goals aren't worth double either in the Carling Cup, are they? So
if I'm right, after extra time they are.
Right. Okay.
So you can't go through after 90 minutes or in the second leg on away goals. But if after extra time it's drawn and there's away goals, you go through.
I think we'll do them.
I think Man City is one of them teams where they'll be hard to beat over 2 legs.
Have they won it 2 years on the bounce?
They've certainly won it last year. Obviously, they won the domestic treble, the poor man's treble.
I think they won it 2 years.
The BTEC treble.
I'm pretty sure they won it 2 years on the bounce.
It's 2 legs, Thomas.
2-leg Thomas.
Are you sure? They've not changed it, have they?
I'm not sure. As far as I'm aware, it isn't. I don't think it's away goals, but maybe it is over after extra time. But yeah, I think you've got to have confidence we'll beat them. Our record against the top teams in the league has been excellent. Obviously, you can't just win every time you play top teams, but I think over 2 legs, I think we'll get a draw and we'll get a win. And I think we'll beat them. You found it?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm confident if you're confident.
I think we're confident. We're all confident. You're confident. We'll beat City, won't we?
And we've got Watford at the weekend.
Yeah, we've got Watford at the weekend.
That's
Speaking of Watford, we're going to be having all the build-up to that as per usual. We're going to have the preview, the team news, the watch-along like we've had tonight. We're going to have the review as well. We're going to have loads as well in between. Christmas coming up soon.
We've got...
Merry Christmas. What we got?
We've got...
we're going to
tomorrow, we've got some good filming tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got some excellent filming tomorrow, some stuff to look forward to between Christmas and New Year, some sort of a look back at the decade, and that's something definitely to look forward to. That'll be very exciting. Yes. But yeah, be sure to tune into all that stuff coming up. Thanks for joining us. It's been, I would say, overall, a relatively satisfactory night, hasn't it?
It's been a good night. It's good to be back. This is back to normal.
First watch along back on our channel for a long time, so it's been great, and there's going to be plenty more, of course. Thanks for joining me.
Cheers, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
See you next time.